We keep hearing that democracy is dying. From America's polarization to coups in Africa to authoritarian crackdowns in Europe, the story sounds the same everywhere. Democracy is failing. But what if the problem isn't democracy itself? What if the problem is that we're forcing the wrong version of it? And to see why, you only need to look at two very different countries, Tunisia and Indonesia. Democracy is often sold as a one-size-fits-all system, like you can just copy and paste Western institutions anywhere in the world. But history proves that's not how it works. Tunisia and Indonesia both transitioned out of authoritarian rule. Tunisia after the Arab Spring in 2011, and Indonesia after the fall of dictator Suharto in 1998. Both had to ask the same question. What does democracy look like for us? And the answers couldn't be more different. Tunisia became the symbol of the Arab Spring when protesters forced out dictator Ben Ali in 2011. In 2014, the country adopted one of the most progressive constitutions in the Arab world, protecting freedoms, women's rights, and free elections. For a while, Tunisia was held up as the Arab world's democratic success story. But here's the catch. Building institutions is harder than writing ideals on paper. Political infighting, corruption, and economic struggles left Tunisians disillusioned. And by 2021, the president suspended parliament, taking near absolute power. Democracy didn't vanish overnight, but it's fragile. Tunisia shows how top-down, fragile institutions can collapse if they don't match the realities of people's everyday lives. Now compare that with Indonesia. In 1998, after decades of Suharto's dictatorship, protests forced him out. That country faced ethnic conflict, separatist movements, and economic chaos. But instead of collapsing, Indonesia built its democracy piece by piece. It decentralized power, gave regions more autonomy, and balanced its massive diversity. Hundreds of ethnic groups, multiple religions, and 270 million people. Today, Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim-majority democracy. It's not perfect. Corruption and inequality are still huge issues, but the system has survived and adapted for over 2 decades. Indonesia proves that democracy doesn't have to look like Washington or Paris. It can be messy, local, and unique, and still work. So what do Tunisia and Indonesia tell us? That democracy is not one-size-fits-all. Tunisia tried a model inspired by Western liberal democracy, progressive, constitution, rapid institutional change. But without deep roots, it stumbled. Indonesia built something slower and more tailored to its own diversity. And while it's far from perfect, it shows how adapting democracy to culture and history makes it more resilient. The big mistake? Believing there's only one way to be a democracy. So when people say democracy is failing worldwide, maybe the better question is failing where and failing whose version of democracy. Tunisia and Indonesia remind us that democracy isn't a copy-paste system. It's an experiment, and the most successful ones are written in the local language, not imported from somewhere else. What do you think? Is democracy really universal? Or does every country have to invent its own version from scratch?
And in conclusion, I hope you like this video. If you can subscribe to me if you want more videos like this, or drop a comment for more ideas from you, and I hope you the best today, tomorrow, and the rest of 2025. And in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.